Hello everybody, what's up? CaptainTurbo here. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, joined as ever by the lone voice of sanity, Red Nova.
Hello.
And we do have our sexy radio voice here as well. He's just getting his headset set up, but
Yeah.
he'll be with us momentarily. It's just the four of sorry, it's just the two of us for now, and then there will be three. So yeah, there's been a big jump, and I should point this out right now. Number one, this is post commentary once again.
Yeah.
And number two, as you can probably read in the text there, when I was recording this, I had some problem with the audio for about the first 10 to 11 minutes, apparently. Again, this was recorded a long while ago. I don't know what happened. Forgive me.
Mhm.
So the first 10 minutes, sadly, will be without audio in the game. So unfortunately, it's just one of those things that can't be helped. And I wasn't going to play all the way up to this point in the game again just to capture 10 minutes of fucking footage.
No, that just
Literally hundreds of,
make any
literally about
sense.
100 hours just to get to that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I think the last part we did that was post commentary was part 56. This is now part 77, I believe.
Hmm.
Um, Sorry, just checking to see if NJ was in the call with us yet or not, but I don't think he is. So I'm actually not sure what we're doing at this point.
Well, I see the 4 Beast Tribe quests you've got on there, so that might be what this video's about.
I think that's actually what this session's about, if I recall. I checked earlier, there's 7 parts left for us to do in terms of post commentary for year 2. I don't actually have them all on this computer. I actually realize I only have about 5 or 6 of them, but thankfully there's not that much.
Yeah.
Now I assume you actually did these yourself at one point or another during the.
Yeah. Yeah, I did these ones, and I even did the XIV one, which is the crafting gathering one. Although that one's got more reputation to get raised.
I don't know if I did that or not. So.
No, I didn't give it to you because that was a crafting gathering one. We're not doing that during this thing.
Fair enough. Speaking of Final Fantasy, Lou, race coming up, dude. Now.
Yep.
Since we'll talk
FF7.
about it. Yeah, I had a pick for SLPH. I have decided to go with Escape Midgar, FF7. So the first couple hours, but we're going to play with God mode on.
Yeah. Well, it helps actually be able to race it as a not have to worry as much about freaking grinding.
It wasn't that. I mean, here's the thing. The thing with Gold is he only lets people in a 2-nighter. Sorry, he only if it's over one night, he has this rule where you can only have 4 people do it, which makes a certain amount of sense because it means less pain in the ass trying to get everybody together.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure we could get a full 6, and this seemed the best way to do it.
Okay.
But I should stress we're only doing God mode in that. We're not going to have speed up function on. We're not going to have no encounters on or anything. Are we going to hear a sexy radio voice?
Heard a little bit, but
Yeah, he's probably
testing it out.
No problem. Just feel free to jump in, dude, if you can. You know, it doesn't matter that the video started. I already introduced you, even though you weren't here.
And I see you're playing a summoner right now.
Well, I'm trying. Like I said, I was of the two, out of summoner and scholar, I had a slightly easier time with summoner. But again, I just prefer like the spells that basic Arcanist gave actually, so that's why I eventually switched over to what we have now of the Red Mage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry about the delay, and if
no
there were any
problem.
loud
Hey,
noises
sexy
as I
radio
was plugging
voice.
stuff in.
Don't worry, buddy.
Are there any particularly loud noises or anything while I was plugging stuff in? Because, well, I just plugged it in without really thinking about what was going on.
No, don't worry about it. It was only a slight bit of static, and it actually wasn't that loud anyway, so.
Okay, that works. So yeah, my mother has a magical ability to find things, and I don't know how it happens, but it just does.
Yeah, fair enough. You haven't missed much anyway. We're just doing post commentary on a few FF14 videos that need it.
Yeah, casting spells at a tight edge until it dies, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just take a quick swig.
Yep, we got job quest.
Just murdering a Titan made of Sunny D.
That sounds tasty. How have you been, NJ? Haven't seen you for a while.
I've been pretty okay. Kind of just doing stuff on my own.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
In particular, I've been recording much stuff and trying to fill out my own backlog. In particular, I started recording Doom. So
the first one, the original.
no, the 2016 reboot
Oh,
game.
fair enough. I haven't played that. I've played the first original back in the day. Not a massive amount of it, but I haven't played anything other than that of the series. Anybody want to tell this guy's got a big penis on his forehead, by the way?
And don't worry, he's just a he's a unicorn, I guess, or something. I don't know. He's very special.
Nah, I think he's just the thing he's wearing on his head. Yeah, it's just a headpiece. Actually, I don't know what race he is, if he's Elizin or...
Yeah, can't really tell with the headband.
Yeah, the headband's kind of covering his ears.
Excuse me. Did you see the post I made a few minutes ago, dude? About the FF7 race?
I don't believe I did.
Basically, I had a pick coming up because I won the Crash 2 race recently. And I chose FF7, but we're only doing like to the end of Midgar with God mode on, and I think there's only one spot left, so if you want it, you're going to have to let Gold know real quick.
I somehow you may or may not crucify you for it. I haven't really played Final Fantasy 7 that far. In fact, I don't think I've ever actually played Final Fantasy 7 that far myself, nor have I actually watched anyone play that far.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, there's nothing wrong with if it's not your thing at the end of the day. It's personally one of my favorites, but I can understand it not appealing to everybody.
I think the main thing is just that I kind of really want to go back and play it at some point, but at the moment now at this point I'm waiting for when they eventually put out the remake, and I want to see if it's good or not before I make a decision to play the original.
Unfortunately, they're splitting the remake into 3 different games, kind of like the 13 trilogy. Which a lot of people are annoyed at, but here's the thing: they've said before that if they did it all in one game, they'd have to remove a lot. So I'd actually rather just have them do 3 games and just keep everything in.
I just hope that they actually keep their promise and that we don't have just an unfinished single game or an unfinished duology of games where the last part is missing.
It's FF7 though. I mean, it's, apart from maybe nowadays this. It's probably their best grossing game of all time, the biggest money bringer, so...
I like to hope that they'll actually finish it.
I just hope they get the fucking first one released, gives a bit of hope, because we've seen nothing on that thing for a while now. Hey, hopefully E3 or something, we'll see another trailer or something like that. So yeah, again, what did you say these were for, Nova? I record this and I can't remember.
Oh, I think this is one of your job quests to get, in the case of Summoner, probably to get either another pet or just get another ability, because usually these have those for the Realm Reborn ones.
Maybe, like I said, it's been a while, so I think I recorded this back in September or something, so... No, it wouldn't have been September, it would have been, before we did, the final boss and stuff, so yeah, this would have been, last June?
So then, just as for curiosity, how long is Final Fantasy 14 actually looking like it's going to be at this point?
Well, just the credits part of Realm Reborn took over 90 parts, but then there's all the post-Realm Reborn stuff. We haven't even got into Heavensward yet. I would guess, especially since content's still coming out constantly for the game, 500 parts?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
This is why Let's Play of an MMO is usually a bad idea to do, especially if it's one of the first things you try doing.
Oh, this is why it wasn't one of my first things though, and it's only one episode per week, so I don't have to get over. I don't have to get bored of the game because, like I said, I mean, Nova and I recorded like 2 years worth of content in the
Yep.
space of 2 to 3 months. Not even that, actually. It was less than 2 months it took us to get like 105 videos done. So it is what it is. The only thing I don't like about the game is the fucking the thing where you have to be a certain level in order to do the next main quest and stuff.
Which basically means that like some grinding is mandatory.
To be fair, if you, I wouldn't recommend like going into the overworld to grind and stuff. With 14, one of the most fun things, thankfully, are the dungeons that you do with other
Yep.
players. They are honestly the best part, and the dungeons give you the most experience as well. So
Yeah.
it's not the biggest pain in the ass having to grind in this game, thankfully.
Especially if you do them via like the duty roulette, because you always get a once a day bonus of experience out of that. It's usually at least a portion of whatever XP you need for your current level. So
And certain
you get
servers
a
or
decent amount.
and certain servers or worlds, whatever you want to call them, will occasionally have not, it's not an offer, but like a special thing going on where they'll give you double experience to whatever you get.
Yeah.
All right, so there is like some stuff involved, but the others, it's not that bad.
Well, let's put it this way: I've never been massively into MMOs, but I have played a couple of them. I think this is easily the best. I think this is the most accessible, and I think it's the most fun one I've played. So.
All right.
I played World of Warcraft a little bit. I played like what was the other one called? Oh crap! Terra. I played Rift as well a little. But this one's easily the best I've played.
Yeah, I've tried some other stuff in particular. Like at one point when I was younger, there was two. I tried like more than once to mess around with the Maple Story, but anyone who's even attempted to play Maple Story can figure out why that didn't go well.
Isn't that the one that's really anime-esque?
Yeah, it's very anime-esque, and it's also infamous for just the utterly ridiculous amount of grinding that you'd have to do.
Yeah, I think I actually played that for a while because me and a guy I haven't sadly had any contact with in years, an old SLPH guy called Greenthorn. He and I were actually going to do a co-op thing of that years ago, but he never got around to getting the game, and eventually he just went completely AFK from everybody.
The guy has kind of just vanished from the internet.
I definitely haven't seen any trace of him for the last couple of years. He's not posted anything on YouTube or Twitter or anything like that. He was pretty young, I think, when I met him, like 15, I think, or something like that. He'd be about 20 now. He might be in college, so...
Whatever's happened with the guy, I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, I hope he's well. I hope he's still alive, for fuck's sake. I don't really want to hear anything bad to happen to him, but I have no idea what he's up to now.
Alright. Yeah, I guess that's just a thing that happens sometimes.
Actually, the last time I think he posted anything online, he posted one video on YouTube of him playing Pokemon Go for about 10 minutes, and that was it. I think that was the last time he was actually on the oh, Jesus Christ, what's that?
Sounds like an air conditioner, but...
Alright, so we got Fester. I'm not entirely sure what that does. I think it's probably some kind of poison or something like that. Or maybe it makes certain, I don't know, certain status effects stronger. I'm not sure. I didn't have time to read the description, sadly. But I can do summon 2 now, apparently. So yeah, you were right, Nova. That was a new summon. I take it you've not played 14 then at all, NJ?
I actually didn't install it. There was a thing for Twitch Prime, I think.
Yeah.
Where they actually gave out a free copy of the base game. I redeemed that. I haven't installed it. I played like the base tutorial bit and actually didn't get back to it.
That's a shame. But again, I can listen. It not been everybody's thing.
I kind of liked it. I just didn't get back to it. And now the device that I actually installed it on is having issues that I'm gonna have to like get repaired.
I think the thing is with this one is, if you're not into like playing with other people, 14 I think is very accessible even for solo players. There's a very good story played out here with a bunch of memorable characters. So it is essentially just Final Fantasy, but an MMO.
Yeah.
If you like the other Final Fantasy stories and characters, you'll probably like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to hear. It's also nice that I actually have at least some of the Final Fantasy 14 or have like a basic package to enjoy.
There's going to be plenty of content just in the Realm Reborn to keep you busy. Like, I mean, we just basically did the main quest and a very, very small handful of side stuff, like for our guild and stuff. And even with that, it still took 80 plus hours, so you could easily get about 250 hours out of probably everything to do in Realm Reborn. Quest-wise, anyway. There's also other stuff you can do, like Chocobo racing, the Gold Saucer, stuff like that.
I thought Persona 3 was long. I guess it's not long enough.
Again, it's an MMO, so it's going to be longer than average anyway.
Yeah.
And hopefully the audio in the game will have come back by now. Yeah, we're 60 minutes in, the audio should have returned. I say apologize for that, guys. I don't know what happened during the recording. I obviously put a message up to remind me when it came to doing this commentary, though. Excuse me.
Well, the message says about 10 to 11 minutes in, I think it was. But...
Yeah.
Hopefully it's come back by now. Otherwise they'll be forced to endure the horrible torture of listening to us commentate.
I'll say, how long is it now, actually, over until the Shadowbringers DLC?
Shadowbringers comes out July 2nd.
Oh, it's still a while away, then.
Yep. That's the next expansion, FF14.
So, yeah, I mean, we've still got Heaven's Ward.
Yeah, we've got it. Heaven's Ward.
Stormblood and
Stormblood,
and all the stuff before and after that in between the DLC packs as well. So we got a lot of stuff to go.
Rest of the post Realm Reborn. There's Heaven's Word. There's Dragon Song and post Dragon Song, which is after Heaven's Ward. Then there's Stormblood, and then the after Stormblood stuff.
I still want us to do the Palace of the Dead at some point, even though it's not obviously main quest stuff. Obviously, I know we're gonna have to get other people there for that, because the two of us aren't enough for the Palace of the Dead.
No, it's not.
And those fucking auto-death slimes, for fuck's sake, those things haunt my nightmares.
I'm gonna assume the Univite did somehow play enough to be up to speed about that time. It's 3 also wouldn't be enough. So
3 might, 4 would definitely be better. Admittedly, the Palace of the Dead, you actually start at level 1 anyway in there. You just sort of...
Yeah.
It's like you'll start at level 1. I think by the time you reach the top level, you should be around the level 50 or so.
Actually, the highest you can get in Palace of the Dead is level 60, I believe.
Oh, 60? Oh, fair enough.
Yep.
It's like a little mini main quest.
The only thing about Palace of the Dead I found is that when you go through each of the 10 levels of the palace, which you can do like 10 levels at a time, if you get further in from, like, say, level 11 and 20 onward, and your Aether Pool, arms, and armor aren't high enough, you can't advance until you get them up there, so...
that's a bit of a problem, I suppose.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the Ancient Cave from Lufia 2, just in Final Fantasy 14 form, sort of.
I'm not sure. I've never played that.
Yeah, I can't really say about that.
Ancient Cave, even in Lufia 2, is apparently it's just like a dungeon you can enter at just at any point after you actually find it. Where you start at level 1, and you can't carry any items in, so you have to just use whatever you find in there and whatever experience you can gain while in the cave.
Yeah, that is essentially, and it doesn't actually affect the outside once you leave. I think you probably get something if you complete the Palace of the Dead. I'd be surprised if you didn't.
At least
the main thing for Palace of the Dead, people go in there too, is for the whole experience thing to level up their jobs, but
you
get at least a fraction of a decent amount of experience when you do it, but not everybody likes to do Palace of the Dead, so
there's no weapon,
oftentimes just resort to other dungeons.
There's no weapon or armor or wards or anything like that for beating the place.
No.
Well, that's a bit of a downer, but I don't know. It's still kind of something I want to eventually do, just for the sake of doing it. Because, like I said, we got all the way to the 20th floor and just couldn't pass that second boss. And
yeah,
hey,
if
look,
we actually got past the damn
game
palace,
with
I
just
actually
playing
died at
Payday
the
2.
boss. Oh yeah, it was.
I bet he's playing Payday 2 right now.
Yeah, because see that whole notification did just pop up a little while ago.
I'll be honest, every time I play a Steam game, I constantly forget when I'm recording to turn off Steam notifications. So it's either, on the odd occasion where it's not been us playing live, I'll get Red Nova's playing Final Fantasy 14. Gameway 71 is playing Payday 2. I even had UNJ actually, I think, appear once or twice during the recording. To pop up saying November Joy is now playing so and so.
A lot of times it's probably just me playing some random indie game out of my library because as I have a ridiculous amount of indie and of like games built up in my library that I'd like to go through at some point. Let's put it this way: I currently have apparently 276 games in my library, and a lot of them I have never even installed, let alone actually played or beaten.
To be fair, I've got less than 100 myself. I haven't played a good chunk of them, so I can't really say anything about that. I actually just bought the... speaking of Grand Theft Auto, actually, it was something else I need to get done eventually, but I actually just bought the trilogy off the PlayStation Network tonight, because it was on sale for about £11, and I wanted to get it for the trophies, and I'm playing it a little bit earlier, and I'm like, this plays a lot better on the PS4 than it did on the emulator I did to record it, and I was kind of pissed off actually because the Free and Vice City were a pain in the ass to play through for the LPs.
But I guess it'll at least work a little bit better if you eventually decide to go through San Andreas.
I will be doing San Andreas, but with how poor I feel Vice City essentially went from beginning to end, I'm probably gonna stave off the GTA series at least for a year or two anyway.
You're just gonna take a short break from Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play obviously in my spare time, but as far as recording purposes, no, I'll save it for a couple of years. Because San Andreas tends to be a lot longer than either GTA 3 or Vice City, so. Though I will admit San Andreas is my favorite.
Alright. So for reference, how many videos of Vice City did you actually have?
I recorded. It fully finished in terms of recording. It took me 25 parts.
Well, that's a lot better than 120 parts, to be fair.
Bear in mind, roughly 15 to 25 minutes per part. And I also didn't do any side quest stuff. From what I can remember, I didn't do like the parcel collecting or the drug finding like I did in GTA 3 back when I LP'd that a couple of years back. But San Andreas will be longer anyway, just because the game's longer by design.
Still.
I'm not sure if I do any more summon quests after this one, to be honest.
Well, actually, you can right now, anyways, because this is your level 45 quest.
Was it? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I should point out that I am at level 46 according to the bar at the bottom.
Yeah, you just got there, yep. Because your next one would be, well, unless you've got another level 45 quest, your next one would be a level 50 quest, which you would be unable to do right now anyway.
Well, there's no quest apparently currently on screen anyway, so...
Well, yeah, you just accepted the level 45 one.
Oh, I did? It shows how much I was paying attention. It does go to show, I mean, as I said, at the time of the current playthroughs recording, I'm only at like level 52 or something like that, I think. And this is like 30... 30 parts in the past, and there's only like a 5 or 6 level difference.
Yeah.
This goes to show you how long it can take to level up.
Yeah.
When you did play the game, NJ, can you remember what starting city you went to? Because there's 3 different locations you can start at.
I don't remember exactly where it was. I think I believe it was a Sandy location. I don't remember the exact
Ul'dah.
name.
Ul'dah, yeah.
I think that was it. I picked
Yeah.
I think pugilist, pugilist.
Oh yeah, that's Ul'dah. Yep. Yeah, it's Ul'dah. Yep.
All right.
Actually,
Yeah,
it's actually the same
Pugilist
location.
is one of the jobs in Ul'dah, along with Thaumaturge and Gladiator.
Yeah, you don't actually get to pick the location yourself. It depends on what you pick as your job, essentially.
Yeah, your starting class. Yep.
Or your class, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, Ul'dah has Gladiator and Pugilist and Thaumaturge, which, well, eventually becomes Black Mage job. But then Limsa has Marauder, Arcanist, and then if you reach level 10, Rogue. And then Gridania has Lancer, Conjurer.
A lot of the magic users, actually, apart from Arcanist.
Oh, Conjurer is White, eventually becomes White
Sorry,
Mage, and Lancer becomes Dragoons. I'm trying to think. There was
I
one
remember
other
when
one.
the first time I played the game was when it had like a 14-day trial. A couple years before, about a year before we did the LP actually started it. I believe I started in Aldar as well. I think it's arguably the most eye-catching city of the 3, but I actually do prefer Liminsa, so...
Oh, maybe eventually, assuming that the repairs on my laptop go well, perhaps Merca Urca, the pugilist, will actually continue his journey.
Even if you don't manage to join us on the journey, hey, we can always do the Palace of the Dead, because you can be on different servers and stuff for that, so...
All right, I have to make sure that it'd be on the right server though. There's no way that Mr. Burka Orca's on the right server. So
I say for that you don't have to be, but LP wise, yeah. What server are we actually on? Is it the Chaos server? Sorry, not Chaos, Diablo server.
I think I went on Diablo. Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually on Diablos myself too. Well, not for the LP.
Yeah, but what is the LP on? I mean,
the LP is on Excalibur.
Oh, Excalibur. Okay.
And unfortunately, they don't let you change servers on the fly. So
no, you'd have to create a brand new character to.
Well, there is something called the world transfer service. You can transfer from one world to another, but I know it costs money to do that. I think.
I have to actually get back to playing the game, and well, I did not get back to it because I had so much other stuff that I was trying to do at the same time.
Oh, what are you currently doing, by the way, in terms of recording, if you don't mind me asking?
At the moment, let's see. The last thing I recorded was actually just it's like kind of an impromptu thing with a friend of mine because as in case you didn't know, right as of this recording on March 24th, there was actually a thing on from March 19th to the 25th for a special demo of Splatoon 2 that also included a free Nintendo Switch Online trial. So I used that to play online with a dude that I'd never actually gotten to play online with before.
Oh, nice.
Another good friend of mine that I'd been talking with for quite a while. I just never actually got to play online with him.
Wait, I actually might try and get Switch Online soon, because I actually do own a Switch, but I haven't bothered with the online thing. But it's actually quite cheap for the year, so I might get it at some point, because I do own like Smash and stuff, so... I've got about 40 seconds left, by the way, before the end of the part.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on the timer. I'll keep it on screen just so I don't lose track of time.
Yeah, there's enough time to knock off this Mirror Knight.
Yeah, as I say, I don't exactly remember what points I end recordings at and stuff. Literally months ago, I struggled to remember what I was recording stuff the other day. I forgot at what point I finished the recording there, so...
Yeah, don't worry. Everyone decisions like that. Just make sure that you all need to make sure to remember actually watch the stuff that you record after it's done to make sure it's actually correct.
Oh yeah, when it comes to editing, I do. And by the way, I got 3 seconds left, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next part.
Bye.
Yep.